Dr. Donna D.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good, thanks. What I wanted to talk to you about is Chris Brown.
Okay, Chris Brown, yes.
So Chris Brown, we all know, had this incident with his then girlfriend Rihanna.
Right.
And you know, he basically, it was a domestic violence case that occurred on their way the day before the Grammys.
Right.
Okay. He was let off with a slap on the wrist, served no jail time, community service, and was given probation. Now, about 5 years later, he is now in jail with no bail.
Yes.
And he is going to be there at least until they take him to court regarding this incident, an alleged assault incident in Washington, D.C.
Right.
Now, one of the other things is they said that when he was in rehab during a group meeting, he basically announced in the group meeting that he's very good with guns and knives. Okay.
Maybe not the right thing to do in a group meeting.
Yeah, man, not in a group meeting of rehab. So my question is, you know, I mean, Chris Brown is a superstar who's got a lot of money.
Right.
You know, if the system was to impose a $1 million bail amount on him, that's pretty much a guarantee that they'll get $1 million. Yet at this point, they're saying, we don't want your $1 million, Chris. We would rather see you sit in jail.
Well, yeah, because they want, you know, it's enough, Chris. They're saying enough. We don't want your money. You can't buy the system. You now need to atone for your sins, perhaps. It's time. You know, I think it might also be a message to everybody else who is at that level that, you know, there gets a point. There's a point of negative return, and we've had it with Chris. They're now saying to Chris, you know what? We've had enough. You're going to have to now atone. It's simple. It's simple.
Now, you've got other people that are displaying behavior like Justin Bieber. He's been in one, you know, incident with the law after the next.
Right.
What do you see as the position of what's going on with Justin Bieber? I mean, he's like this superstar right now that the world has basically turned him into the king of the world.
Yeah.
And now he's acting as almost any king or dictator would. He basically thinks he could do whatever he wants. Doesn't matter if it's very sociopathic. He doesn't care if he's really harming anybody. He just feels like, I'm Justin Bieber and I can do this. What do you see is going on in this kid's brain right now? And you know, again, it's very similar to the Chris Brown situation because Chris was basically Justin Bieber. Several years ago, he got signed when he was a teenager and has been in the limelight ever since.
Yeah, you know, we've had a lot of questions about people that have grown up in front of the camera, in the limelight, and had a lot of money and a lot of power and gotten away with a lot of things. And the human condition is always to look for boundaries. We like boundaries. We want boundaries because it helps us to feel safe. And when we don't have them, we keep looking for them. And how we look for them is we keep pushing to see how much we can get away with. We want our culture to push back and say, that's enough, you can't go any further. That could be what's happening with him. We've seen it with a lot of these young stars. They're all pushing the limits. You had it with Paris Hilton. I mean, she had to be incarcerated for her to stop. And I think maybe that's what she was looking for. Somebody stop me. Tell me that I can't do this anymore. Now, I don't know Bieber personally, but all I can say is, as far as the human condition goes, that's what it's telling us. We want to know where our boundaries are.
So what do you think it is with Bieber in his position? I mean, he's super rich. Everybody acts like he's the most important person in the world. And as a result, you're basically creating this crazy behavior.
Well, I don't really know about his support network. And I think that's very, very important because you need somebody or you need people to keep life real for you. If I can buy anything I want, I can go anywhere I want. People will come to me, I can have anybody that I want, then I want it all. Then I want it all. And if we give it to them, what are we creating? We're creating monsters. We're creating people that are now just going to take advantage. Now, I can't really tell you what's happening with him because I don't really know, but he's a human. He's a human, and what do we all want? We all want to be loved and respected for who we are, not what we do. So, you know, he could be looking for somebody to do that for him. You know, who am I? Where am I? Stop me.
Now, considering that he was given so much preferential treatment as a child, and those were the formative years, I mean, that's a lot of brain development, a lot of personality development, and he's basically, I would say, yeah, he may have been signed in front of the public limelight, but he probably missed out on a lot of important developmental aspects of childhood.
Oh, he absolutely could have. I mean, we don't know for sure, but a lot of them will miss out on their childhood because they're brought up around grown-ups. They've never played with kids. They've never just gone outside and played. I'm not even sure that, can he even go into the mall and just go shopping? Could you even imagine that?
Hell no.
No matter wherever you go, people want to maul you. I don't even know. That feeling has to be scary. He might even be angry. He might even be very, very angry. And this is the way this is presenting itself to him right now in his life.
Right, I get that. Now, how do you feel that, I mean, obviously he didn't go to a formal school, he didn't have any formal education, and during, again, those developmental years, he's basically locked up in a studio and given, you know, lyrics and songs to sing that he didn't create. How do you feel that that is affecting him now, considering that he's getting into all this trouble? Do you think that has something to do with it?
I'm not really sure what is happening to him, but any child that's brought up like that is usually home tutored. Their world is very small. Okay, because they can't let a lot of people in. They don't have as many friends. They can't go to a park and play. Their world is different than ours. And everybody has to break out at some point. I just see him breaking out. I just see him breaking out, saying, I want to go here, I want to go there. He just, like again, he's looking for the boundaries. Where are my boundaries? Where are my limits? That's really all I can say because I don't really know exactly what's going on in his head. But as far as the human condition goes, he didn't really have the normal upbringing that you and I might have had, and that could be affecting him now.
So basically what you're saying is, regardless of his intent, he's kind of just testing his boundaries.
Regardless of his intent. Do I think that he's out to hurt anybody? Probably not. He's actually hurting himself is what actually is happening. And at some point somebody will grab him and bring him in and bring him all the way in, and hopefully that happens soon.
Hopefully soon, because this boy's a monster. Thank you, doctor.
You're welcome.